how did you get into like becoming a professional? What's the story there?
Yeah, first of all, as long as I can remember, I have played football. This is the only thing that I have truly ever loved, where I become this, it's like an art form. You're there and there's nothing existing. When you find that quietness, when you do that, you realize maybe this is what you want to do. So when you go to school, all I think about was football. When you are with friends, you think about football, or you're having the ball with you. So ever since I can remember, I always wanted to play football. So for me, it was natural.
And for you, like, what's the appeal of football? Like, when you think of it, what draws you to do that?
Yeah, that's what when I say natural, that's what I mean by natural. I'm not thinking, I'm not doing anything. I am just me. For me, it's just one. When I go inside, when I have the ball, the world stops to exist, and I'm just I'm there in the moment, doing exactly what I'm doing, and then when I'm stopping, then I realize, okay, there's a reality here as well. So it's just a happiness that I don't feel anywhere else. It's a quietness I don't feel anywhere else. It's a desire. I feel a belonging to my work, to what I'm doing. It's so fun that, yeah, it's fun. That's what it is. It's joy. It's happiness. It's bliss. It's all these things that people look for their entire life, and that's what they want to do. And I found it when I was 6, 7, and I had the privilege to do it for a living since then. Or not since 7, but since I was 16, I've lived off football. So it's just fun. It's so fun. I feel like a kid in the water when I'm with the ball, even now.
So there's lots of things that people do in their life that they feel like this, right? But when money gets involved, sometimes like they lose the passion, because now it's like, it's no longer like a hobby. It's like, oh, it's my work now, So how did you like bridge that gap, like where you started making money from football? It's like you still kept the passion.
Yeah, that's the difficult question. I understand now. I'm 34. I don't have many years left. So obviously there's been stress, there's been press, there's been that people think that it's a work. I just went with the flow, I knew everything was going to work out. I didn't see it as work. I never woke up. I never went to training thinking, oh, now I'm going to do this. I have to do this, I always went there because it's fun. It's just fun to play football, you know what I mean? And I didn't have that, okay, I have to see it as work. I have to make money. I have to do this and that. I just went and did what I love, and it's never been work. It's never been training. It's never. I'm playing football. That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
So did you have to sacrifice though? Like, first, okay, so for me, I also played football a lot. That was like my number one thing growing up. It's like football. That's kind of like how we connected, right? Like over football. Yeah. And like I had to made a conscious decision when I was about 17, 18, because I needed to go to work to make some money to get to the games, But the funny thing is if I've worked and made money, the games were on the weekends and I had to work on the weekends because I wanted to learn how to drive.
I understand.
So I made a conscious choice. I wasn't even that good anyways. Like, I'm not that guy that's like, oh yeah, if I did that, I would have been a professional. I'm not that guy.
I understand.
I wasn't ever that good, but I made a conscious choice that I wasn't going to pursue that any further. So for you, like when you came to like 17, 18, like what were you doing for work? Like, how are you supporting yourself?
I never worked really, because obviously when you're good at something, then first of all, deep inside you're good, and it's not like you're not being humble enough. You just know that this might work out. And also, when you're 17 and you're in Stockholm and you play for one of the best teams, obviously there's newspapers, there's people saying, hey, this guy is good, this guy can be something, he's gonna reach the first team. And so when you have that in the back of your mind, people know you're good and they think you're going to make it. This is a talent in all of Sweden. Then, you're not really thinking about going to work. You're not really thinking about, the only unconscious thing you have in your mind is, I'm going to make it. my thing was that I was drawn into the life of the opposite life of what a footballer is supposed to have. You know what I mean? So you go out at night, you're not staying home. When you talk about sacrifice, I sacrificed my football to be with my friends, to go out to do a lot of shady things instead of doing what people who really made it in football, they didn't go out and do stuff. They were home, slept at 10, woke up at 8, 7, whatever, eat good, blah, blah. I didn't do those things until I was, very old. So the only sacrifice I did, I sacrificed football, really, if I'm being honest, for doing things that you're supposed to sacrifice in order to be as good as you can be,
Right.
Yeah. But when it comes to that, the question about what conscious choice did you make, I didn't, because it was just a chronological, it just went on and on. I was good, then I became better, and the natural step was, okay, you're in the youth team, then you become the best there. Then what's the next step? Okay, you're gonna reach the first team, and then when you reach the first team, you gotta play, and when you play, you wanna go blah blah blah. It just goes on and on and on. And if it wasn't, I was good enough so I could maybe not reach the first team, maybe not reach national team, maybe not, but I could still live above with my football. I always knew that, so I never really thought about work, and I didn't give any crap about school as I should have, because I knew I was gonna make it. But even though teachers, friends, family said, yeah, but what if you're injured? What if that? Better have a degree. But yeah, I was not smart enough at that time. Yeah.
So you had like the inner knowing, like at the whole time.
Yeah, I just knew. Sometimes you know stuff, and I know I was better than everyone. But then circumstances and my choices made me not reach as far as I could have.